Welcome back, everyone. This is Cody Hart for Government Accountability. It's Friday, October 20th. And as I had mentioned, I have been very busy preparing, and now I wanted to update you that I have filed the beginning of the largest recall of public officers in Skagit County history, potentially in state history. And I wanted to give you guys an update of this. What we have right here is the cover sheet for the complaint that was filed. You'll notice that I am the complainant, and this particular recall focuses on three public officers: Richard Weyrich, Sandra Perkins, and Donald McDermott, the prosecuting attorney, auditor, and sheriff, respectively. On the right side of the page, you will notice I have the statute RCW 29A.56.110. That's applicable to what I am trying to do here, as well as sections 33 and 34 of the Constitution of the state of Washington. So if you guys want to read more on this, feel free. Now, this particular recall document is almost a couple hundred pages long. It was submitted this Monday to the Skagit County Auditor, and I'm going to kind of give you guys an update on where things are at and what to expect and some applicable statutes related to this recall effort. So first, I have to say, I believe from the lack of records I have found, this is the first recall and request for discharge in county history, and it definitely will be the largest regardless. Maybe there is something in the past, I just can't find it. That might be the case, but I'm confident at the end this will be one of the largest mass removals of public officials in county, if not in state history. The case, again, this is Prosecuting Attorney Richard Weyrich. He's being petitioned to be removed. Skagit County Auditor Sandra Perkins, Skagit County Sheriff Donald McDermott. And the basis of this is for malfeasance, misfeasance, and oath of office violations. And I'll read that to you quickly here, which misfeasance or malfeasance in office means any wrongful conduct that affects, interrupts, or interferes with the performance of official duty. Additionally, misfeasance in office means the performance of a duty in an improper manner. And additionally, malfeasance in office means the commission of an unlawful act. Violation of oath of office means the neglect or knowing failure by an elected public officer to perform faithfully a duty imposed by law. And I have, in recent updates I gave you guys as I had come out of a number of months of silence, I provided a seminar, and it goes into a lot of detail on specific nature of what's been going on and what's included in this recall effort. And unfortunately, we have a number of officials across the county, not just county officials, but city officials and local municipal officials that are going to be the subject of a recall. And unfortunately for them, things aren't looking good that they're going to be free people for very much longer. So in this particular recall for the three county officials, McDermott, Weyrich, and Perkins, I'll call them chapters, the sections of the violations that were provided include election law violations that are admitted to and confirmed in signed documents that have been concealed from us, the public, relating to 2006, 2002, somewhere in there until 2020. Violations of federal election laws. Damage to the public record, and that was destruction of videos in the 2020 election to conceal what I believe was the county committing election fraud during the federal elections. Election law violations in both the September 2022 and November 2022 elections, when we started to really look at them and understand some of the maneuvers they were taking to conduct improper elections. And those are all on video on my website if you want to watch them. You can get the firsthand confessions from the election managers and officials. You can see the video recording of the sheriff obstructing by not responding to the criminal request for intervention while political party observers and the public were locked out of the election office. We have the failure and neglect to properly give official bonds, which I've gone into great depths over the last several months. And then we have unlawful acts with Superior Court judges. Those are election violations as well, false certifications and oath violations. And then we have unlawful use of public funds and resources include using public funds for their personal benefit, unlawful authority of use of public funds, and then the unauthorized use of the public funds, which are all different things. So I point out here that this document is the first to bring in what has been a very long investigative effort to get the documentation behind it of the involvement of the Superior Court judges. Judge Brian Stiles has been named in this document. Judge Laura Raquelme and Judge Thomas Verge have all been named for their participation and the crimes they've committed in their capacity as election officials and public officers. Has been documented and is circulating right now. So where are we? I wanted to just kind of give you guys a brief highlight of some of the parts of this process. And as the process moves forward, I plan on updating everybody. We need to learn this process more. Unfortunately, we haven't used it enough, and we've allowed a bunch of, let's just say corrupt public officials to remain in office. They shouldn't be allowed to. So this is RCW 29A 56.130, and I have submitted a petition. And so I'll read this to you. If the recall is demanded of an elected public officer whose political jurisdiction lies wholly in one county, or if the recall is demanded of an elected public officer of a district whose jurisdiction encompasses more than one county, but whose declaration of candidacy is filed with a county auditor in one of the counties, the prosecuting attorney of that county shall be the preparer. So what this is talking about is I've submitted my complaint in my petition, and they have to create a summary document called a ballot synopsis. It has a word limit on it, and it's going to be used potentially in the future if we do go to a vote on this. And so in this, the prosecuting attorney is supposed to accept that if the prosecuting attorney is the officer whose recall is demanded, the attorney general shall be the preparer. So I'll let you know now that the Skagit County recall of the public officers, Richard Weyrich, Sandra Perkins, and Sheriff Donald McDermott, is in the hands of the Washington State Attorney General right now. Attorney General's office has this document, and I had that confirmed to me, and I'll let you read this here. Monday was the date that I turned this into the auditor's office, and the election personnel here had sent me confirmation that Skagit County Elections received the charge demanding recall of county prosecuting attorney, auditor, and sheriff, and they certify, the sender here, I hereby certify and transmit the pleadings filed with the auditor by Mr. Hart. And if you look up at the 2, you'll see Carl Smith with the atg.wa.gov, that's the Attorney General's office, Eric Peterson with Skagit County, Emily Diaz, and Gabriel Clay. I believe those are election officials, not Emily Diaz. Emily Humbert is. Emily Diaz, I'm not sure who she is. So now Carl Smith, I will let you know, he is included in evidence provided in this complaint. So I doubt Mr. Smith will be involved very long, but he is the initial point of contact. And so this is proceeding now with the Attorney General looking into the adequacy of this petition to formulate and advocate on my behalf to the Superior Court. So RCW 29A 56.140, within 15 days after receiving the petition, the Superior Court shall have conducted a hearing on and shall have determined without cost to any party whether or not the acts stated in the charge satisfy the criteria for which a recall petition may be filed. So where this is at is I have filed my paperwork. It has been submitted to the Attorney General's office by the Skagit County Auditor. The Attorney General's office will be creating the document to bring to the Superior Court. And I believe that this next Friday is the deadline for that. And then they have 15 days for a hearing to be conducted. I have outlined here just a bolded list to help kind of keep track of things. So petition filed, auditor promptly served to parties. That has occurred per that RCW. So right now, the Skagit County prosecuting attorney, auditor, and sheriff have been served by the auditor according to the rules. And then 15 days for ballot synopsis to be submitted to the Superior Court. Again, the Attorney General is creating that. And there's the RCW applicable to that. And that 15 days, I believe, will be next Friday, maybe the Monday after. That's the deadline. It doesn't mean they can't do it sooner. And then 15 days for the Superior Court to schedule the hearing. Scheduled hearing. So there's going to be a hearing within 15 days of that. So somewhere around the middle of November, it looks like at the latest, this hearing process and the ballot approval and moving forward with the recall will be proceeding, and we'll all know about it. At that point, there's 180 days maximum for the petitioner to obtain signatures. That would be me and anyone who wants to assist in that matter. But let's be very clear. I don't actually expect, and it's not my goal to make everyone have to do this. What I have outlined and what my goal was to make it obvious and impossible for this to proceed without intervention from law enforcement, and to force the removal of these officials. They are criminals. They are corrupt. They have been committing repeated acts, criminal acts, in depriving people of their rights in this county. Now, they've refused to declare their offices vacant. They've refused to report crimes that committed by their fellow colleagues that they've been working in concert with. And they have essentially overthrown our government in Skagit County. And so my goal, first off, is not to drag us all through this. We should have a government of the people, by the people. We should not have criminals like pirates who've taken over our county, and that's what's happened. So I'm hoping the right people get in and don't make us have to go through this and waste all of our time, and bring us back our freedom and liberty to run our government, our constitutional republic. So I'm going to just say that's my primary goal, but if not, they're going to drag this through because we have a very corrupt state. It would not shock me at all. I don't consider it the most likely, but it wouldn't shock me if the Attorney General and the state officials made us have to go through this stupid process because they themselves are corrupt. And in the end, it won't change anything. This is the recall right now. And it is the largest recall in state history that is beginning right now. I have told you in the past, I have made it very clear to you, this is not just county officials. And as these county officials have found, what's been going on are crimes. And the Washington State Attorney General's Office and the U.S. Department of Justice is involved. And we will see what they do and how they do it. But we live in a very strange time where there appears to be no law. And we, the people, need to take back our country, take back our county is where I'm starting it, and return law and order, and return our constitutional republic to the greatness that it could be. So that is my update today, ladies and gentlemen. I will keep you informed. Again, it is moving forward. The Attorney General is on it right now. Their office, there by next Friday or the following Monday, there'll be another update, potentially prior to that. And I will let you know shortly after what I find out. Thank you very much.